Hi, this is Dave with two rubrics for 8th grade level classes. One is in math, the other is in civics or U.S. history. The first one, math, the learning target is I can multiply different exponents of the same root and convert it into a whole number. And I've got three different criteria here: content knowledge, understanding, and application, which correspond with Bloom's first three levels of taxonomy. And they have different levels of importance to me here. So the content knowledge will cover for 40% of the points they can get. Their understanding or comprehension is another 40%. And their ability to apply that in something they generate themselves will be another 20%. If they get all of those at the excellent level, they'd get all 10 points possible. 8 points possible at the proficient level, 6 points possible at learning. Let's start with the learning level. For content knowledge, students shows a need for more help with content by answering 1 to 5 questions on an 8-question quiz correctly. At the proficient level, they can answer 1 or 2 more questions correctly. And then at the excellent level, they can answer them all. At the understanding level, they show that they know why and how that works by showing their work on each of the answers they get correctly. At each of the various numbers that they get correctly on their different levels. For instance, 2 to the 4th power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 2 4 times, which would be an answer of 16. At the application level, they show that they can do progressively more and more difficult levels of making up their own problems. They can do 1 at the learning level, 2 at the proficient level of making up their own problem and showing it as they do at the understanding level, and at the excellent level also 2, but a slightly more difficult standard. And that would be the way that they can get all their points possible and show that they've mastered this particular learning target. I'll include this document attached to the YouTube video on my post. Also, for the civics, just a sec. This is about the federal branches of the government. And again, we've got 2 criteria, the first 2 levels, content knowledge and understanding. Content knowledge goes for 40% of it, understanding for 60% of it, the same levels of learning, proficient, and excellent. For the content knowledge, learning is the student can identify that there's a Congress, the presidency, and the Supreme Court as the 3 branches of the federal government. Basic. They're more proficient. They're proficient though if they can name those, including both houses of Congress, and that the president has a cabinet and can name 2 of those departments, any 2 of them, and how many justices there are on the Supreme Court. It's an excellent level if they can name the same 2 parts of Congress, 2 more or 4 departments of the presidency, and that the judicial branch has not only the Supreme Court with its 9 justices, but also a series of other courts below it that the cases have to go through in order to get to the Supreme Court. For their understanding, this shows that not only do they know how it's set up, but how it works. At the learning level, students can identify each branch's role in making, enforcing, and interpreting the laws. In other words, which branch does each of those things. They are proficient if they can identify which one does which. And also, to say that given understanding that they that each of all the laws govern everyone's behavior, including those in government. And at the excellent level, students can identify each of the branches' role in making, enforcing, and interpreting the laws, and how they do that. What's the process through which Congress makes a bill? What's the process through which the president either signs or vetoes a bill? And how that can be overridden. And how the courts interpret the laws to show that it's constitutional or not. And also the thing from the proficient part that, yes, this all applies to everybody. And that's how this works for the branches of the federal government rubric. The whole goal of which is drawn from the 8th grade history standard, saying, I can tell what the branches of the federal government are, what they do, and how they support the rule of law. That's the learning target. And I'll also have a link on this posted with this to show this document. Thanks for watching.